Shaka-Ndugu-KMT. I hope you're doing well. Let me check the sound. Sounds loud and clear. That's beautiful. The title of this video is Chief X versus Shaka-Ndugu-KMT, which is yours truly, your brother, the owner of the channel Mad Forever. Now, we already have 7 likes. We have 8 people watching. And we already have some comments here and a place to be. We have Inspired One. Peace to you. It's been a while. I hope you're doing well, brother Elder. We have Jafar who wrote salute to Shaka and Chief. We have Ayadela who wrote peace and blessings to the chat. We have Anusha who wrote here to help the algorithms. I appreciate that. Peace. And she's greeting both of us. Our brother Chief X is not here yet. I have sent him the StreamYard link. Now, some of you might not be aware, but StreamYard is basically a live streaming platform that many people have been using after the demise of Google Hangouts. So I basically sent him the link that allows him to get on the platform. I have not shared it in the chat because I just want Chief X on. Then I went on his channel in his latest video and I left a comment to tell him that I have sent the email. And I just left a comment just in case he hasn't received it, because you never know. So I'm gonna wait for Brother Chief X. But I have I think, did I ask him to confirm that he received it? Let's have a look together. We have 10 people on the live stream now. So what I will do is open a new page. I don't recall if I asked him to confirm. Chief X, that's his latest video. And here is my message. I wrote, you see, 11 hours ago. Greetings, I've sent you an email with the StreamYard link. I'm writing this comment just in case it didn't go through. Then I've shared the link to this current live stream. When you have time, feel free to reply to my email so that I'm sure it was well received. See you later. So, well, we're waiting on our brother. And Jafar wrote, Chief is entertaining. Shaka, it should be good convo. Anusha wrote, what will be the topic of the discussion? Well, Chief X said that he wants to talk about history, and I told him we can talk about anything you want. So, but initially, for those who are not aware, Chief X said that I am a habitual liar. So that's why I called him out. And I was lucky that he was available and he hopped on the stream. So we agreed to this time slot. So it's only been 3 minutes past the scheduled time. So we're going to wait a little while. But as a matter of fact, since the brother's not there yet, I'm going to show you an excerpt. It will probably be like 3 minutes or so.
Able to see that now.
Yeah, thank you. If you can try to blow it up a little bit. Now, Chief X, you've been saying that the ancient Egyptians are not black. This is 1300 BC, 1300 BC. So would you say that's not a black person there?
Hold on 1 second.
Okay.
So I just want to know. So you have been watching my videos or no?
Not the recent ones, no.
Okay. You watched Black Egypt Debunked?
No, I haven't.
Okay. You need to subscribe, bro, and catch up.
Yeah, but I understand. But since we it's the first time we speak, and we're both on the air, what
Right.
would you say?
I'm trying to figure out how do you know where I stand. That's what I was trying to figure out. But go ahead. What's your question?
Yeah, like that depiction here of Amenhotep III, which is Akhenaten's father, by the way, Tutankhamun's grandfather. So would you say that's not a black person there?
No, it's not.
So what would you say he's like? Would you say he's like?
I would say, like Reggie always say, they painted a lot of these people with they use red ochre, part of the earth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that's not an afro. So
Okay,
you're thinking that's an afro in some melanated skin. But when you look at some pictures, that the uraeus is on the headdress.
Mm-hmm. Well, okay, we have the shape of the nose, the shape of the lips, but to me, that's the red ochre, that's used many times for dark brown, and we have other depictions where they are darker. But since you're saying he's not a black person, what would you say? Would you say he's like Asiatic, like Mediterranean? What would you say he is?
I would say he's a Mediterranean African.
Oh, Mediterranean African. Okay, yeah. So his ethnic group. Which ethnic group would you give him? Like, because Mediterranean, that's like the region. But what about the ethnic group?
Well, I haven't studied him per se and really looked into him, but I do know, if someone was to use an image of an ancient Egyptian to prove that they're black, this is the main one that they always use, right? So it's kind of
another one, though.
Huh?
There's another one of him.
Yeah, they are, but this one's the main one they use, is all I'm saying. So to me, that's kind of like cherry picking. Now, if you throw up like 10 of them and then talk to me, then we can be real.
So you said if you can show 10 of them, then talk to me and we can be real. I'm paraphrasing, but you've heard what he said. You can go back if you want, And I think our brother Chief X didn't know that there's so many depictions of ancient Egyptians that look similar. And so the one that we've seen is the one that I used to have as my profile picture. I mean, my background picture. And I have changed for this one here. Actually, you know what? I might have. Hold on. Just one moment. Now, our brother is still not there, but we can wait. Sometimes you can be a bit late. You have some things to take care of. We have 22 people on the live stream. And one thing that was interesting, however, is when I asked him how he will describe which ethnic group it will label. And do I have it anyway? I can close this. Where's the previous one? That's see, that's the one there. He said Mediterranean African, which seems a bit oxymoronic to me. How would someone be Mediterranean and African at the same time? But so then eventually, after he said, well, if you can show me like 10 of them, then we can talk and we can get real. And what did I do? I actually did Black Egyptians. I'm sorry, Black Ancient Egyptians Part 1 and Black Ancient Egyptians Part 2. And our brother happened to actually participate in the chat. I think it was Part 2. And he said, too much cherry picking. Just like he said earlier, in our exchange. And our exchange wasn't Smash Walker's channel. Now, that excerpt here is taken from this video here. I don't want to read the title because, it was a get back to somebody that, said some stuff. So, But the full video, it might take some while to find it. So for all purposes, I'm going to share the link to Smash Rockwell's uh, YouTube channel. Because if people are not aware of that channel, it means that they are sleeping a little bit. See, so I've shared it in the chat as well. This is the YouTube channel of Smash Rockwell. So when you hear Magi, that's the brother. If you hear Jonathan Owens, that's the brother. Smash Rockwell. He's also known as Casual from the hip hop group Hieroglyphic. So what I can do in the background is just to just show ancient Black Egyptians just in the background so you can have some visuals. Well, it's not ancient Black Egyptians, it's Black ancient Egyptians, but not a huge difference. But where's the part one? They were 1 week apart, actually. You know what? I'm gonna play part two. I'll play part two. And for all purposes, I'm gonna share the link in the chat as well. A lot of people don't know that we have so many depictions of black or dark brown ancient Egyptians. A lot of people don't know that. But here you have the link in the chat. Our brother is still not there. I have not received any email. So, if you know the brother, if you have his number, feel free to call him. Maybe he forgot, remind him. He might be sleeping. I don't know. Maybe he's a bit busy. He might come on later on. So yes, I have the advert. Removing the volume. Skip the advert. That's the intro. And that's when I'm sharing. That's where I'm sharing. So I can replay and I can share. And I'm going to go through the comments while we'll wait for our brother Chief X to holler at us. All right. So let's see the new comments. Jafar wrote, Chief's Google Scholarship has reached the end of the line. Now I believe you are going to kill him today. Ayadela wrote, King Shaka, can't wait to see you go up in. And I know you will. Darius McNair wrote, Chief X also claims that the ancient Egyptians were not black. He stated that they were Caucasians from pre-dynastic time until today, and he added that the modern Egyptians are the ancient Egyptians. But he stated that they were Caucasians, from pre-dynastic time. That means, from back in the day. For those who don't know, pre-dynastic time, that's before 3000 BC. To be more precise, people say that Narmer, who is credited as being the king of the first dynasty, that was 3100 BC, 3100 BC. So when you say pre-dynastic, that's before that. That's really back in the days. Big wrote, Hotep, Shaka, Hotep to you, Big. Contrarian thinker, oh, it's been a while. Wrote, don't forget to show him the doors, Shaka. Which doors? I don't know what doors talking about. I don't know. Darius McNair wrote, there are pictures of Amos and Nefertari that are even darker. Yes, but you will have others when she will not be jet black. So, that's why when I was speaking to Ujao, I was saying, when I'm talking about, black or dark brown Egyptians, depictions of black or dark brown Egyptians, I'm not talking about the one of Mentuhotep, because some people say it's like he's portrayed jet black because it's some sort of symbolism. And same for Nefertari when she's portrayed jet black, because we have other portrayals of her when she's not jet black. So And that's what you have on the screen actually, and for all purposes, you know what, I'm going to share the link to Black Ancient Egyptian part 1 as well, so you have both, you have both. I mean that. So Black Ancient Egyptians, now it doesn't say part 1, but that's Black Ancient Egyptians period, Ancient Egyptians, and the link. Put this in the chat. Our brother GFX is still not there. So here you have the link, Black Ancient Egyptians. All right. We have 25 people on the stream. Now, that makes me realize I understand why some people will put other individuals' names in their titles, because as you have seen, I already had like 7 likes before I even started, speaking in the stream, and you already had some comments. So, but I don't want to take that habit, personally. The only reason why you have his name is because we agreed to dialogue. I've put his name once actually, a while back, because after the discussion, you only heard the excerpt of the discussion. Um, but after that discussion, I addressed some of the things he said, and the title was, well, let me look for the title. Uh, it was not a controversial title, not a, how do you call it? No sensationalism. I hope I pronounced that correctly. So here is the title: Were the ancient Egyptians Caucasians? GFX and I can discuss it. You know, so it was, like not really an invitation, but it's like hey, if you want to talk about it, we can talk about it. For all purposes, I was aware, because our brother is still not there. I'm going to share the link so you can have it if you are curious. But that was 1 month ago, however, and then from some comment that he left, I knew he didn't want to discuss the issue. So I was like, okay, it is what it is. He doesn't have to. But actually, well, okay, I've shown it before, but uh, on that video, he left a comment that says, "Lol, no response, huh? Lol." So I did not really know exactly what he meant, but it was clear to me that he's not really uh, eager to have the discussion. Otherwise, he would have said, "Yes, I'm down to talk about it." And there's no obligation, to talk about a topic. So here, for all purposes, were the ancient Egyptians Caucasians? Chief X and I can discuss it, and you have the link there. All right. So we have 21 people so far. Let me continue going through the comments. Do some of you know Chief X? Do some of you have his phone number or his email address? Well, you know what? Let me just do some reminder. Greetings, brother. I am live right now, waiting for you. Are you still coming to the stream? The live stream is the live stream. There we go. Oh, another advert. So skip the advert. All right. So where was I with the comments? Okay, I'm not gonna read Ayadola's comment. I don't want to be, it's not censorship. It's a bit of a strong criticism, and but everybody can feel free to state their mind. So contrarian thinker wrote Mediterranean is a sea. No, but this is a term that is used, maybe less in America, but in France at least, they would say someone of a Mediterranean type, and to refer to like a black person, they might say African, they might say North African type, or someone from like the Maghreb, Maghrebin, masculine, feminine, or they might say sub-Saharan type. It would avoid them saying, um, black or Arab, even though North Africans are not Arabs, but many North Africans or Berbers refer to themselves as Arabs, as they. So yeah, because in France, like on TV, it's like kind of strong when you have the term Arab used like that, So actually, in France, a lot of black people use the term black, the English term black. They are more comfortable using the English term than the actual French term, you know. But they are not Moors or Moorish. So Mediterranean is a sea, that's correct, but uh, that word is used also to describe some people from the area or the region. Imhotep 360 wrote, maybe he's running. Well, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if it's a bit early to say so. It's 20 minutes past the scheduled time, you know. Now, it wouldn't surprise me if he's avoiding having a discussion. I would have expected him to just send a message to say he cannot make it, no matter the reason that I don't necessarily need to know. Sometimes people don't want to share some particular stuff, but if he's avoiding it, then it's just more convenient not to send an email and then later on say, well, something came up. The sad thing is that sometimes in life, something can come up, you know? So, but if some of you know Chief X, feel free to send him an email. Feel free to contact him on social media. I mean, I could go on his Facebook page and, Twitter page and TikTok if he has one, and Instagram if he has one, and send him a message. But I don't really need to do all that because we spoke. As a matter of fact, let me hear when we spoke. Some of you might notice. Oh no, okay, I don't know. It's okay. Let me share it. Chief X, it's 2 p.m. in New York. It is 8 p.m. here. All right. Now here's Chief X. Greetings, Chief X. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Chief X?
Yes, sir.
I'm glad you're here. Thank you for coming here. So please pick a day and we can have the discussion so you can prepare all the lies that I've said. Which day will suit you, brother?
So I don't know how I got this notification, but a notification popped up, right?
But it's great. I was about to
And
try to contact you actually, just to inform you because I don't expect you to be available now because I'm
no,
going to
no,
have
no,
to go soon. But
no, no,
pick any day.
no, listen. So I'm sitting back watching some basketball highlights, and the notification popped up. I said, "Let me click on it."
Hmm.
So I said, "You put a link there, calling me out, and saying
Yes.
click the link for Chief X only." And
Mhm.
Chief X is always down for a conversation.
And
I'll
that's
click the
lovely.
link because I'm confident, and here I am. How can I help you?
Fine. Well, now please pick a day. If you want, it can be today. But We have to find a time that suits both of us. So we can talk for 1 hour, 2 hours, no matter how long the conversation goes. I'm not going to prepare anything.
Yeah.
So which day will suit you? Which time frame will suit you?
I'm not sure what we're talking about. You didn't say.
Well, you said that I'm a habitual liar. No, I have the, where is it? What's the
Yeah, I said that.
picture? All right. So that's what I
Yeah,
would like you to do.
any comment you see me say on my profile, I stand by that. I don't hide and run from nobody. I'm very confident.
But and that's what I would like us to talk about, because
Okay.
I have hundreds of videos. So since you didn't say that, you said a habitual liar, it means that I lied several times, and I just cannot wait for you to show to the people the lies
Yeah,
that I have said.
constantly you lie. Every video you do.
But thank you very much. So what time?
But you want to know
11
what you
p.m.
lie about?
No, well, no. Please save it. This way, I'm not prepared. Please save
Okay.
it. I'm not prepared, so you can have me on the ropes. 11 p.m. That's um, that's 1 p.m. in New York. Uh, how about 1 p.m. New York time on Wednesday? Because right now, if I'm
Well,
correct,
1 p.m. New York time would be like 10 a.m. LA time. We are in LA.
yeah, you're in LA.
New York is 3 hours ahead of us. But
Indeed.
I don't get up early in the morning, so I would never be able to get on the stream at 10 in the morning. Now, if you go from like my noon or 1 o'clock, I'm available. My noon or 1 o'clock would be New York 3 o'clock, because New York is always three hours ahead of Los Angeles.
3 o'clock p.m.
Well, 3 o'clock p.m. in Los Angeles, California,
No,
is 12 o'clock noon in New York. New York is 3
oh,
hours
all
ahead
right.
of us.
Well, that will be midnight for me. So you couldn't do it like at least 1 hour earlier, like 11 a.m. Oh no, my bad. No, hold on, no, I'm wrong here. Midnight for me is 6 p.m. New York time. So 5 p.m. New York time, would that be okay for you? That would be 11 p.m. for me.
Yeah.
Oh, that's lovely. That's lovely. So that's okay. That's tomorrow. Okay, so I'm gonna prepare the stream. If you don't mind, can you send me an email so I send the StreamYard link to you, and then we're good to go.
You want me to send it now?
Yeah, I'm gonna. Well, my email.
I just sent it in the chat. Third
I
eye.
I have it. I have it. Okay, that's lovely. And so that's what I'm gonna do. So just so that we are clear, 5 p.m. New York time, we should be 2 p.m. LA time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So 5 p.m. New York time, and that's going to be 11 p.m. for me here in France. Hey, thank you very much. I can't wait for us talking.
So just so you know, so you can understand, it's not. My point is, you're a habitual liar
Save it,
about
please,
history.
brother. Save it. I want to be
It's about
surprised.
history. You have to know it's about history.
We can talk about anything you want, and I can't wait for you to show me where I lie. So please save it all. I want to be surprised. I want to be caught off guard, and I'm glad that we get to talk. All right.
Okay.
So I'll talk to you later, brother.
When is this discussion?
Well, if
You said Wednesday.
well, basically, right now it is Wednesday for me, but for you it is still Tuesday.
Okay, I got you.
So yeah, tomorrow for you, which will be today for me. So
okay.
basically to make it clear, Wednesday, October 12th, which is tomorrow for you, at 5 p.m. New York time, which is 2 p.m. LA time.
Well, I tell you what, you're bold and confident. Nobody else would do that. They are scared to death and shaking their boots to have a discussion with me.
Well,
So I appreciate your confidence.
yeah, I mean, it's all good because even if we make mistakes, we have to be okay with that, and I'm actually confident. So, and we need more dialogue. We need to communicate. And I'm glad that I didn't even expect you to come here. So that's lovely. That's beautiful. I'm so happy, so
Let
thank you very
let
much.
me tell you, let me just tell you this before I go.
Hmm.
The conversations people have been having about non-black Egypt have all started from me in my video, Black Egypt Debunked. But you will notice that none of these people on any of these platforms will have me on.
Well,
They've blocked me.
I
Pseudo
really.
killers,
Mm.
Kofi, Smash. They will have me on. They've blocked me. They don't even want me to comment in the chat. They are totally scared to death of Chief. So I
Yeah.
appreciate your boldness.
Mm. All right. So thank you very much. So October 12th, which is tomorrow for you. 2 p. No, no, no. Um. Yes, 2 p.m. LA time, which is. Oh no, my bad. Uh. Yes, 2 p.m. LA time, which is 5 p.m. New York time EST, which is 11 p.m. In France, in Paris.
All right,
Thank you very much. So I'll speak to you later, brother.
I'm out.
Okay.
Chromebook démarre rapidement.
So that was the communication, and here when you go on my community page, uh, you can see that is it shown on the screen there? Yes. I'm going to share the link to the chat anyway because it looks like the brother's not going to come. It's half an hour past the scheduled time. So, but here for all purposes, you can see that 11 hours ago, I've shared the link and I wrote Wednesday, October 12th at 5 p.m. New York time, in parentheses, 2 p.m. LA time, 11 p.m. Paris time, 10 p.m. London time. And this part here with the link was included in the email that I've sent to um, ChiefX. And the reason why I asked him to send me an email is just to prevent my email to go in the spam folder. So it's always better when somebody send me an email and then I reply to it. But when we spoke, we talked about the time. So I don't know if he's going to try to say, well, I got the time wrong, but we'll find out. I mean, sometimes stuff happen. But when things happen, I personally try to inform the person, okay, you know what, something came up, I'm not able to make it. So let me share the link. Oh, and also regarding what he said that those people are scared to have him on his channel, and he mentioned Smash. He did not say the full, he said Smash Rock, and then but Smash Rock will actually had him on his channel because when I spoke to him for the first time, that wasn't Smash Rock was channel. So I just want to say that for the record. Now let me share the link. Where is the stream? That's the stream. And I'm going to pin. Okay, so I've shared the calling link so everybody can feel free to join the panel. And in the meantime, I'm going to continue. Well, what I will do, I will share what I was sharing previously, which is the Black Ancient Egyptians. So we have that in the background. That's it. And I will continue with the comments. So, which comments was the last one? Uh, oh, we have our brother Chris Harris MVP.
What's going on, Shaka? What's going on, bro? How are you?
Hotep said, I'm doing well. I'm glad, what I'm saying, I'm waiting to find out the reason, if not to say the excuse for not showing up. Can you
Yeah,
hear me?
you know,
Yeah.
yeah, I can hear you. Yeah. I'm driving here. I'm on the road. So I do want to say something, though, because when I was a member of Team Osiris, he had challenged the Amun Ra squad, he challenged Dagger Squad, and then he challenged Team Osiris to a debate on Egyptians being black. Poor fella. I actually went on the Dagger Squad and challenged. Not, no, it wasn't the Dagger Squad. It was the Pseudo Killers challenge, and I actually challenged him to a debate in front of Sheffrin, and everybody else. And I even called him with this guy named Black Jesus Minister. Anyway, on the phone, and he was trying to pigeonhole me into his argument by asking me constantly. First of all, he rejected the debate. After he called us out, he said that he never said Team Osiris, and I played the video where he said Team Osiris. So he's been habitually lying, by the way. And when we spoke on the phone briefly, he asked me what in his video did I disagree with, and I said, but the challenge that you put out there was proving the Egyptians to be black. And I could easily go into the old kingdom and prove that. That would be easy. All I have to do is show you the statue of Mentuhotep, trace his lineage all the way back, and the debate is over. And what these guys do, which is very weird, is they go into all these genetic reports, but they really don't understand what it is that they're reading. They'll be reading genetics from the 3rd century BCE, which was the Greek domain or dominion,
Mm,
right? They don't
mm,
even realize what they're reading. Not just, and sometimes I just be laughing when I listen to these guys read these genetic reports, like, stay out of that stuff. And they're always in the north with the DNA. The scientists are always going, or the geneticists tend to stay in the north with the DNA. They never
yeah.
go to the south where the
Yeah.
capital cities were at. They
Mm,
never go there because it actually proves them wrong, and they know it because that DNA is going to trace you all the way back 4th, 5th century. I'm sorry, excuse me, 5th millennium BCE. Why is that? Because it all come up out of the beginning of the Nile. It all come out of Nubia, went up the Nile. I keep telling people Egypt was a baby on the Nile. All right, it's just that simple. It was a baby in as opposed to Nubia or Ethiopia. It was a baby, and no one knows how old it really was. We may not know all the history concerning it, but there's no doubt this people. It was a Nubian society there. I mean, every historian, everybody tells you who they were. So I mean, they're just playing games in the gray area with that genetic nonsense. That's all. So yeah, me
mm.
personally, Shaka, he's a waste of your time. So he's a waste of time. So
Well, I always give people the benefit of the doubt. So, I mean, for me, since he did not send any message, because once again, things can happen, but then the least you do is you inform the person, okay, something came up, but, I don't mind if he calls. I'm not going to do that again. Like, do prepare a live stream for him to come because, I did that and is no show. But may I ask you, brother, why do you have Pontius Pilate as a name?
okay, I call myself Pontius Pilate. This is sometimes when I'm talking to the Israelites, I let them know I'm crucifying their false Messiah and the false history concerning him. He's actually a stolen legacy out of Egypt, out of Greece, and Mesopotamian and Levantine texts. That's how it was all put together. Joseph Atwell put together a remarkable book. Thomas Paine has some remarkable work on him. And plus, Garfield. That's Garfield. Garfield reads Messiah. Garfield loved Jesus.
Yeah, yeah. And there's nothing wrong
I'm the
with
king.
loving him. It's just that he it would be good for him to just not pretend that he's not a I don't that he's not a Christian. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah,
but
yeah,
he's he's just a leader of the Batty crew. So yeah.
yeah. So I want to say shout out to Sadiq. He said Chris is 100% on that. I was watching the same live. So yes, even Sadiq saw me challenge him. And there was no fear in me because I already know my scholarship is going to destroy his. And I'm going, and what he tends to do is, like I said, like a lot of these guys who have agendas, what they tend to do is they throw so much at the wall. They just throw so much at the wall. And you're spending so much time trying to debunk all of that, you can never really get to your argument. So it's a lot of nonsense in what it is when they're debating. It's a lot of fluff. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean, like I said, they don't even know what they're reading when they read those genetic reports. They really don't. It's really a shame to tell the truth. It's sad. It really is. Yeah.
Well, at least we're
Yeah, it's
getting
real
some
sad.
clarity. Yeah, we're getting some
Yeah.
clarity. I mean, we're doing it. I mean, as time goes by, over the years, I think our people are losing some habits of repeating stuff that some people said back in the days. Like years ago, I remember everybody, damn near everybody in the conscious community used to consider that the quote unquote Semites were black people. But now I think that they're getting to realizing that okay, we actually have paintings and statues of those people, and they don't look black at all. So that's one
Yeah.
progress already, because
Yeah.
it's funny how we like to talk about cultural appropriation and we are doing the same thing. And when I say we, I mean we, as a people, black people, worldwide, so uh hopefully people will just not be deterred from Kemet and any other traditional African ways of life because of some people like the Bati crew, and just like for example, you know what, I want to show to the people what I've just shared earlier. Now, if I go there, that
I
is a
think
screen.
Chief X does a lot of videos where he be pop locking and stuff like that. Don't know what academic value that's going to bring to the community, but he does a lot of those, and he sells this water called Chief X water, which ain't nothing but some Kool-Aid mixed in some water. Ain't nothing special.
Well,
Relabeled some
I
bottles of
didn't know about the water, but I know he sells at one point he sold moringa, and
it. Yeah,
I
that's what it
think
was. Moringa water.
oh, it was water. I thought it was some powder that you like
Was it okay?
mix.
Was it part whatever? I
Yeah,
thought it was just Kool-Aid. Tell you the
yeah.
truth, that's all
No, no,
I thought.
I think it was some sort of powder, but it was moringa regardless. And I didn't know about moringa until he brought it up, and it seems to be a plant that has a lot of value. So I was like, okay, it's natural, it's a plant, it's not a chemical. So, and
Hmm.
and I think lately, I think I hope I'm not wrong that he might be selling some sort of herb like weed because in LA, I don't know if it's the whole of California, but it's kind of legal over there now. But I mean, he's basically he appears to be self-employed to me,
Yeah,
So,
ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't
but
nothing
no,
wrong
no,
with
no,
that.
and wrong. That's good. That's a good thing, So obviously he
Yeah,
has
yeah,
time on
yeah,
his hand.
yeah.
He has time on his hand, and he argues that the ancient Jesus were not black, and unfortunately he's a no-show so far. He might show up some other day because I'm live streaming quite regularly. So
Mhm. Well, I
yeah.
do want to say this. I saw a presentation by him, and he showed a brother with an afro on the walls of Egypt, and he said that brother was a Caucasian. And I said, "Can you define what a Caucasian is?" And
Mm,
he just doesn't do it.
mm,
It was his arguments are just very weird. You know what I'm saying? He tries to attack gray areas, and I'm all like, sorry, people, but these people drew themselves on the wall. It's just that simple. There's no
mm,
way around that. Don't tell me that they were from Sumeria because you don't have any of the megalithic structures in Sumeria that you find in Egypt. You don't have
mhm,
any of the temples in Egypt. I mean, in Sumeria that you find in Egypt. You don't have any of that major building on that scale anywhere in Sumeria. You don't have it anywhere in Greece. You don't have it anywhere. You only find it in the Sudan and in Africa. That's where you find these structures at. You find them up and down the Nile. You know, it's not there. There's no need. Let's stop capping here. Let's stop playing games trying to take away from our own history. It's a sickness. It really is a sickness of black people. Chinese people, you can't tell them nothing about the Han Dynasty. You can't tell them nothing about that. You can't tell a Greek person that ancient Greece, wasn't white or it wasn't them. They'll look at you like you're crazy. Like, what is wrong with you? But when you come to our community, Our community, all of a sudden, we running around talking about we everything but who we really are. That's weird to me.
Yeah.
Such as, oh, like, oh, why y'all don't claim West Africa? Who said we didn't claim West Africa? I
Hmm.
claim all of Africa, Ethiopia, East Africa, the Khoisan people. I claim all of it. I am a offspring of all of that. It's just that simple. Like, what do you mean? This is ancient. The reason why we begin to adopt it, or black people would begin to adopt it in the United States, especially over here, after all that we've gone through. We've been taught in academia that it was a white society and that it was separate from Africa, such as sub-Saharan Africa. Sub-Saharan Africa, if you really notice, it's a political move. It
Hmm.
separates North Africa from the rest of Africa. And what they try to say is anything below North Africa, which is considered sub-Africa, sub-Saharan Africa, did not invent anything in North Africa. They have nothing to do with it, right? This is where the Hermetic hypothesis, it supports the Hermetic hypothesis. It supports all this nonsense. So what in the hell is sub-Saharan Africa? We really need to get into that because 75% of North Africa is covered by the Sahara, which makes absolutely no sense. So once you really begin to get into the psychology of what I call scholastic racism, you'll begin to really start peeling back some layers and discovering truths for yourselves. I beg people all the time, listen, guys, go pick up a book, go read Toby Wilkinson's work, go read John Romer's work, go read Robin Walker's work. There's many works that you guys can go read on ancient African civilizations, right? Those aren't easy reads, but once you start getting the grasp of the dynastic periods and invasions and things like that, you'll begin to understand what was truly going on there. And don't stop there. Don't listen to YouTube arguments because many people on YouTube have an agenda, and their agenda is always trying to push their ideology on some people. You understand what I'm saying? Whether it be the Apples, the Hebrews, Garfield Reed and his bachelor's degree in history, all that jive shit, all that jive ass shit. You understand what I'm saying? So guys, we really got to really hit them books, and maybe people don't like me. That's fine, but nobody can sit up there and say that my intellect, that they haven't learned anything from me, or you're not going to learn anything from me in that debate. I mean, excuse me, in a debate or a scholastic conversation. And this is why I just haven't been debating lately because I've come to realize that the wrong people are debating, and two, there's too much debates and not enough teaching. You understand what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So,
Hmm.
welcome to the scholastic, welcome to the black sector of YouTube, guys. you know,
Yeah, and indeed, and but I have trust. I'm sorry, I have trust, and I don't really want to say faith because it's like really usually tied to religion. But I have trust. I believe in the intellectual level of our people. It's just
Mhm.
that there's a need for being selective, and just a little bit of guidance, and then our people can be great. But when you have riparianites, who go out of their way to remove the black or the blackness out of Cam, and then other people who just want to say, okay, the ancient Egyptians are not black, or other people like you stated who love to say we're from West Africa. Like I've said many times over the years, those same people who say we're from West Africa, they don't even care about West Africa. They don't practice any culture or tradition from West Africa. It's just a talking point, So,
Yeah.
and yeah, so yeah,
I see we got this guy American Dream in the
yeah,
chat, and he said something very weird the other night on Dr. Ma'at's channel. I
mm,
found to be very disturbing when he said us calling ourselves Africans is inherently, like I said, inherently because of slavery. I wonder, that doesn't make any sense. I didn't understand that. Maybe he could clarify himself because it sounds like some secret Abo doctrine. He's trying to push an Abo doctrine, but how could us calling ourselves Africans be because of slavery? I don't understand that.
well, it reminds me back in the days, like I've been telling people, 2008, the way we hear about Hebrews like now, it's the way we used
Hmm.
to hear about the Moors back then. And um, the Moors used to say, well, we're not Africans because that term derives from Scipio Africanus. So that's their argument
No,
as to
it
why.
didn't though. But
Yeah,
it
I
didn't.
don't.
That's the
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
It didn't.
indeed. He renamed
He called
himself
himself
after
that,
a
right?
victory.
He
Yes,
named himself after
yes,
Africa,
yeah, after a victory. But
just like Germanicus Tacitus.
mhm,
He named himself as what you would call Germany because he
mhm,
conquered. Okay, go ahead.
yes. Yes, and but this is the kind of thing that they're avoiding. It's convenient for them to avoid that, so they have that talking
Well,
point. I
they
mean,
prey on ignorance. They prey on
yeah,
ignorance.
yeah. And I mean, their purpose, like you said, some people have an agenda. Their purpose is for them to say, we're not Africans, we are Moors and whatever. So that's the first thing. And well, I lost my thought to be honest, but
Well,
um,
let me say this
oh
real
yeah,
quick. Let
yes,
me say
yeah,
this.
yeah,
There
yeah.
was
Go
a.
ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
No,
There
go
was a
ahead,
young
brother.
lady that came on Sonetta. There was a young lady that came on Sonetta show the other day, and her name was Phoenix Moon Rising.
I
And
heard about
they
her.
always
She's
like to
like,
take
yeah, yeah,
yeah, super pseudo.
yeah.
Well, just a dumbass. I'll just
Yeah.
say it like this.
I mean,
Just a dumbass, right?
I didn't listen to her, but I read the comments, because sometimes by just reading the
Yeah.
comments, you get a good grasp of the conversation. And
Yeah.
she's one of this like Moorish indigenous type of lady,
Oh
right?
my God.
Yeah, yeah.
So what I did was I kept looking at all her sources and I was listening to her. And as I continuously listened to her, I was like, this doctrine sounds familiar. So what I did was I went and pulled and I did a show and he had the show taken off the air because I made him look stupid. What I did was I listened to her what she was putting forth. So I said urban Indians. And I says, I never heard that term before. So it sounds interesting. So I pulled up the term urban Indians. And this is talking about Indians that were displaced out of their homes and placed into urban centers around the United States of America, right? So what she tried to do, one more time, they prey on your ignorance. She preyed on your ignorance, understanding that the word urban can be black people in America can relate to the word urban. It has
Yes.
nothing to do with black people at all. So
Mm-hmm.
as I continue to read it from one source, she then took the definition and they created their own website using this term urban and took the original meaning and reclassified the definition. So I just kept reading this garbage website, right? Right? And then what
I,
she did was she put black people behind it on there,
yeah,
right? They created their own website. She
yeah,
put black people on there. So now you got your buzzwords, context clues,
yeah,
false inferences, and I'm looking
and,
at it
and
and I said, well, I've already read where this comes from.
yeah, and
Why is she
I've seen
pushing
your
this?
video. I've seen your video. I actually uploaded an excerpt of it. I mean, I
Thank you.
played an excerpt of it. When you call the Moorish guy, and I mean, that's the Moorish guy that caused a lot of contention within the Amanwa squad. He was the Asiatic black man influence. But he's the guy who said that his passport's nationality field says more. I've played. Have you ever heard him say that?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
And
So.
when I kept on and I said, who would teach a doctrine like this? And it hit me a more. So I
Mm,
just kept reading it, and there his name was, right?
mm,
Ishmael Bay. So I
mm,
called him, and of course I made myself sound very interested in donating to him, and he
yeah.
started talking. And
Mm.
then he had the video petition to be taken down because
All right.
they know what they push is complete bullshit. It was
Mm,
complete bullshit. And I don't want to cuss too much on your platform.
mhm.
But the term urban Indian has nothing to do with Africans in the United States of America. You guys reclassified the definition and then tried to use visual pictures to give inference to the definition that it's talking about you. Shame on y'all. Shame on y'all.
And watch out because this guy is very skilled at having not only videos taken down but channels taken down. Because let me just play this for people to understand what happened, how we got my several of my channels taken down, particularly two channels, one with 3,000 subscribers and the other one with like 4,000 subscribers. Within like a week, I lost 7,000 subscribers. you know, but I want people to hear
Jeez.
that it's only 1 minute 30 seconds.
Okay. So in those lessons,
what is your nationality, brother Ish?
I'm a Moor, brother. I'm a Moor. You know, I'm also Muskogee Creek.
Do you have a
Moor.
passport?
Yes.
What is written in the nationality field in your passport?
Oh, I'm a U.S. citizen.
But what is written in the nationality field of your passport?
My census is a Moor.
You're telling me it says Moor in your passport in the nationality field?
Yeah, I'm a Moor.
No, that's not what I'm asking you. What I'm asking you is, in your passport, there's a nationality field. What is written in that field?
I'm a Moor, brother.
Yes, Brother Ishmael, you know very well that's not the question I'm asking you. In your passport, because you said you have a passport, there's a nationality field. Now, what is written in the nationality field?
Moor.
You're telling me that Moor is written in the nationality field of your passport?
Absolutely, brother.
Can you show and prove that?
If I have to, absolutely, brother.
So there it is, and he was mad because he lied live on air, and then I started receiving notification, and because he deals with the law, I guess he will,
Yeah.
word is complaints in a certain way. So I will get like complaints for bullying, harassment, all kind of different stuff, and I would appeal. But at some point, if your channel, um, they have channels like with millions of subscribers, and I guess if they have a channel that doesn't have like a tens of thousands of subscribers and they get not complaints, strikes all the time, at one point they'd be tired, like, okay, let me get rid of this channel. But I know he got several other people to do the same thing. That's why I say flagging campaign. And he got some Asiatic black men to go at me. There was a guy, I forgot his name, I think he had scientific in his name, something like that, and he started slandering me, and I replied. And I mean, but that's lack of character. And the worst thing he did to me, he made that anonymous slander video when he actually said, my mother, my father were, insulted, with strong profanity that I don't want to repeat. And the reason I knew that he did it, is because one time I called the squad when he was still on it, and he started calling me a F boy. Yeah, what's up, F boy? And then I say, yeah, man, you talk that black talk, but you married a white woman, and I'm not the first one who said that, Sanetta is the first one to bring it out to the community. That's the reason why actually he was removed from the Black Power Cartel from South Sudan Studies organization back then, But anyway, that's just in passing. And
Yeah.
then because he was insulting me, I left, because that's what I usually do,
Yeah.
And then he repeated the same things verbatim that was said in the anonymous slander video. Because for those who don't know, the anonymous slander video was made with those softwares or the website where you type some text and there's like a robotic voice that's reading the stuff. Because if he said it, we will recognize his voice. So he said verbatim the same things, and that's how I knew. I mean, I suspected anyway, but I had the confirmation. So and besides the channel where the anonymous slander video was uploaded, I saw that Onk subscribed to it. I'm like, it's brand new, and all of a sudden Onk subscribes to it. You know what I'm saying? But hey, that was then. That was then. That was then.
Yeah.
So
When I asked this gentleman about it, about that, I says, how do you identify? Because this is a Moorish name. I told him if you had the clip, I told him. I said, this is a
yes.
Moorish name. He says, yes. And I says, how are you a Moor but identify as an Abo? He said, he's Muskogee Creek. I said, excuse me, sir, the Creeks were the Africans. That's what they were. They were Africans. They were Africans that resided amongst the Muskogee tribes. It's simple. This is simple. This is 8th grade logic. They were freedmen that escaped into their territories. And I was just like, what? And I says, how are you saying that you're not African, but you're identifying as the Muskogee, as the Creek? Some of them were slaves that were freed from the Muskogee. Like,
And
where are we getting at with this, bro?
what is it that he said again? We go by lineage. Is that what he said?
Yeah, he said we go by lineage. And, one of the things I did to Chief Top Tats, the old boy with the gold teeth with that wear that damn silly hat on his head. with them feathers. He all right. The one thing I asked him was I pulled up a picture of a Cherokee woman, a Cherokee Indian, and she was holding a little black girl standing right next to her. She was holding her. And I says, which one of these two women do you descend from? See, you got to do that kind of simple stuff too.
Yeah, you got to.
And he says, I don't want to answer all that. Who says that that's a Cherokee? I said, sir, the fact that you're not pointing at this black woman lets me know that mentally you are messed up. And this is why I say a lot of us are looking for clicks and views, and you don't understand how dangerous you are to the black psyche. You just don't understand what it is that you're doing. As a matter of fact, I think you understand what you're doing. You just hate yourself. You mean to tell me you can't look at this picture and tell me who you descend from? But if I put your mother next to a Indian woman, you're gonna say you descend from your mother. So why can't you do it right here? Because you know this picture, and you know that they say a picture says a
It's
thousand
worth
words.
1,000
It
words, yes.
debunks a picture debunks everything you have to say because it's showing an African woman who is part of the Cherokee Nation, and it's showing a Cherokee woman who is part of the Cherokee Nation. So which one are you? You keep reading all these bills and these mandates that are passed, but ain't none of them mentioning your black ass. They're actually irrelevant to the conversation. Okay? And let's be
The-
honest here. Like, one guy
the-
told me
the-
the language is in the Fifth Amendment. I said, let's read the Fifth Amendment here. Okay, blah, blah, blah. You heard it. Blah, blah, blah. Ain't no language here.
mm,
Where you get this stuff from?
yeah, they like to say we made treaties. The Morocco made treaties, not we like black
Morocco
people.
made treaties.
Yeah, and they're so disingenuous because with that excerpt that I've played, that was 2011. And you can hear how many times I had to ask the same simple question and all the ways that he was trying to move out, to get away from the end. And with Wujao, it's the same thing. You ask him a simple question and he's just dancing around it. When I asked him what is the skin color of Wesley Snipes, he was like, I don't know. He said that several times. Later on, he said, okay, brown. But first, he was like, I don't know. So, and I asked him for Tyrese, I asked him for Wesley Snipes, and I asked him for Michael Jordan. And his reply was, I don't know. So,
I
how
don't
are you
know.
not going to know the skin color of Wesley Snipes and Michael Jordan and Tyrese?
Right.
That's disingenuous.
It's very disingenuous. And like I said, they all have these agendas that they're pushing. And like I said, I know Wu Zhao is a liar. I know Asar Imhotep are liars. You know what I'm saying? Just because you're an intelligent person doesn't mean that you're not a liar.
Hmm.
You guys want to create your own methodology, right,
Mm.
Mr. Linguist? Wu Zhao. Wasn't he an ex-Nuwapian? He was an ex-Nuwapian, right?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, him. That part. Right? Okay, then. Sesh Medunetter. Okay, why was it plagiarized? See, a real author puts time in his work. It's like an artist. They're like an artist. It doesn't. I'm looking at guys write these books in 5 days. I'm like, damn, you wrote a book in 5 days? It took Gerald Massey 40 years to write Egypt, Light of the World. It took him 40 years to write those volumes. And I be damned if I'm going to let one of these cornerstone niggas get on YouTube and tell me Gerald Massey is pseudo, Sir Flanders Petrie is garbage, Gardner is garbage. I'd be damned if I listen to that. No, you're part of their scholarship that they put forth for you to follow, that you could expound on. You can't go around and tell the originator that he's dumb. He helped you. He helped move this study forward. What be wrong with these dudes? I,
I
I
mean,
mean,
it's
like I said, it's disgusting. I don't know what to say. Like, I just be looking like, what is this?
mm, well, it's the conscious community. There's no standard. There's no. It's not selective, and it's anything goes. somebody who wants to claim that a hieroglyphic symbol means Allah, he gets on some channel that has over 100,000 subscribers, and they don't understand, they
Yeah,
don't realize the damage that they are doing. I mean, even
yeah.
putting Walter Williams, I don't have anything against him personally, but putting Walter Williams saying still in 2022 that the metadata has not been deciphered. I'm like, we might as well just stop talking about the rulers in the history of ancient Egypt. We might as well just stick to
You
the
know
Greek
what? If
text.
we were if we were speaking about the rulers of West Africa, you would have somebody come forward and say, "Prove you from West Africa."
Mhm. Yeah,
You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? Like, hey, like, prove you're from West Africa.
yeah,
You're
yeah,
Egyptian. You're not
yeah.
West African.
Mhm,
It's only in our communities because we allow it.
mhm,
See, whenever you hear somebody trying to debate, which these guys take these WWF stances in these debates, whenever you hear these guys doing all that talk, and then somebody doesn't want to debate, oh, you afraid, your mama ain't nothing. It's like the community should just be banning this. Like, yo, man, we don't need you. No, thank you.
mhm,
Get out of here. Can you please provide some scholastic value to the conversation, not just an argument telling us why you don't like it? You know what I'm saying? That's what I always tell people. Anytime I speak to someone, I'll come with sources, such as with
mhm,
American Dream. American Dream, you calling yourself American is inherently calling yourself white because being American was equated to whiteness. So I don't have to argue with you about it. It's a done deal. When I did my DNA back when I was a Hebrew, I was like, oh man, I can't wait. Man, 86% West African.
mhm.
Shit.
Reality check.
I was like, shit. I'm like, that. And I still claim that Hebrew shit for like another year. Oh, that's because all the Hebrews, like, in your mind, because of what you've been taught, oh, that's because all the Hebrews went to West Africa, right? Indoctrination is
Mhm.
very strong.
Yeah.
It's very strong.
Mhm,
It's a strong delusion once you're indoctrinated. You're not trying to listen to anything anyone else has to say because
yeah.
you've been indoctrinated. You understand what I'm saying, Brother Shaka?
Yeah, I understand. It's very strong indeed. I mean, I was once Abrahamic. I grew up in an Abrahamic family. I remember when I used to believe in
Yeah.
this literature. I used to believe that it was God's word. And as time went on, and I started reading about history, I was like, okay, it's God's word, but it was tampered with, and not everything is factual. And then as I read more about history, I was like, well, it's actually a lot less than I thought that it's factual. And I'm like, well, actually, most of it is
Yeah.
non-factual.
Yeah.
And and it takes time. It takes time.
Yeah. Well, it takes time to understand it. And I used to hold on to the book by Joseph Williams called The Hebrew Isms of West Africa, right?
Mm. Well, hold
And
on, hold
people
on, hold
like,
on. Wait, I'm sorry. I'm
sure.
sorry. Please hold on. Um, Brother Chris, is it possible that you use a webcam? Because I have American Dream, and I'm going to ask him the same. I mean, we know you.
Oh
That's why
yeah,
I did not ask you earlier. So, American Dream,
yeah,
please,
yeah.
please use a webcam, and you'll be
I
welcome
can turn mine on.
yeah, you'll be welcome to talk.
I
You
can
know what I'm
turn mine
saying?
on.
So,
Yeah.
yeah,
Just
so
I'm sitting in my car here. I'm just sitting in my car.
mm,
See?
Mustang. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
American Dream. Um, you can use your smartphone, you can use your tablet, but that's the requirement. Unless
It's a
Chris,
20 for anybody that wants to troll me. It's a 2021. Chris Harris does pretty good for himself. It's a 2021. You guys want to see the manufacturing label on it too?
no man, no, no, you have to be careful with stuff like that because some people are struggling and they will be jealous and unfortunately
I got
that's the
something for
reality.
that.
But
Yeah, I got something for that.
but brother Chris, I can make an exception if you want. Like, do you want to speak with American Dream?
No, because we need to see his face. We
Okay, all
need to
right.
see his
Well,
face. That's
American
the
Dream,
rule.
yeah, it's just. I mean, if you don't want to, it's fine, but he's there. He's there in the
Because
what
as
they
far
call
as
the
I'm
back channel.
concerned,
Mm,
yeah, if he can just turn his camera on,
mm.
show everybody your
And you know
face.
what?
Because see, that's key.
American Dream. What we can do if you want, just let us see your face and you can hear you speak, and then you can go back to the avatar. At
And
least
cut
so
it
we know.
off.
Yeah, yeah. So. but he's still there waiting. So maybe he's typing in the chat. I will go through the chat after, but well, he's gone now. He's gone. So maybe he's gonna come with a
No,
smartphone or a tablet, or maybe
he won't.
we'll see. Yeah.
Because we have to start noticing, like I said, we got to start dealing with these trolls the correct way.
Mm,
What do you have to bring to the conversation scholastically?
mm,
What do you have? Do you have your sources? You
mm.
know, I mean, if you want to have a conversation, let's do that. But you
Yeah.
first have to tell everybody that you stated and you said it. We call ourselves Africans because of slavery, what slavery did to us. That made absolutely no sense. That made absolutely no sense. And where were you getting at when you said that? I'm not going to have some circular argument with you. When you call yourself American, when you call yourself American, you are inherently calling yourself white because American was equated to whiteness. That's the problem. Now, am I a patriotic person? Yes. I'm patriotic because I love my people over here in this country. And this goddamn country was not a democracy until black people fought for it and made it one. You will not find our story in any other history of the world where the serfdom people became equal with the people who oppressed them. You're not going to find it. You won't find it anywhere. Most of it is found in myth. You're not going to find it. I challenge anybody on that in history. My ancestors built this country. So I'm going to honor their work efforts and I'm going to always continue to be the best African that I can be over here in America. You understand what I'm saying? So don't get it twisted when I say that I am a patriotic person. Understand what the definition of patriotism is and patriotic is.
But
It's a
brother.
philosophy, not
Brother,
an
what?
ethnicity.
Mm, and brother, if you look at Chinese people, no matter how many generations they've been to America, they don't have a problem defining themselves as Chinese. Now some people might
Yeah.
argue, okay, China is a country, it's not a continent, but it's still an example. But
It
I
doesn't
mean,
matter.
yeah,
Those are talking points that are
mm,
irrelevant, right? A
mm,
Chinese person will say they are Chinese. They will tell you.
mm,
A Japanese person will tell you that he is Japanese. A Korean
mm,
person will tell you that they are Korean. An
mm.
Australian person will tell you they are Korean. I'm sorry, Australian.
Australian.
A person from Germany will tell you I am German. Person from Russia will tell you they are Russian. These
Mm,
anecdotal talking points that these brothers be coming with on YouTube are actually getting disgusting. And it only shows me that you have not academically put in the work to sit up there and have an academic, scholastic conversation. I'm going to say
mm,
this one more time for anybody that does not like me and wishes to challenge me on anything that I present. I deal with peer reviewed scholastic academia. You are not just going up against me. You are going up against me. You are going up against the university that I have an edu.com library pass to. You're going up against the people that taught me. And I am from the school of Dr. Walter Williams. No Jesus, no man named Jesus ever existed. No man named Abraham, Moses, and those 12 and his wicked ass sons ever existed. No man named David, Solomon ever existed. No woman named Sheba ever existed. None of it ever existed, and I will scholastically destroy people on the subject of history. I wanted to get somewhere real quick, and I
mhm,
wanted to talk about that book, The Hebrew Isms of West Africa, which I used to read, by the way.
mhm,
When those books were being put together, the academia was not out on, it was not available, or probably it was not available to them yet on Jews in Africa. He probably didn't even understand, even Rudolph Windsor, who has come forth and said he regrets writing that book, Babylon to Timbuktu. He regrets it. Um, they did not understand that what people from West Africa accepted Judaism. They accepted Judaism. You understand what I'm saying? And this is the problem when people try to argue it. Yes, they are Jews, but they are not Israelites. Anybody can be a Jew. Once you
mhm.
convert, you become a Jew.
Yeah.
They'll tell you that they're converts. The
Mhm,
history shows that they are converts. And when you look at their cosmologies, I always tell people this is key. Cosmology, cosmology is the key. That is the key. You know what I'm saying? When you're dealing with any tribe of people, what is their cosmology? Then we're going to get into something called ontology. Then we're going to get into linguistics. And then you'll find out these people have nothing to do with the Hebrew faith at all. These people were converts, probably converted sometimes in the 14th century CE when the Portuguese came in from Spain after the Alhambra decree. It's just that simple. I can go into the history of this thing. All right. Don't come at me with no tribe of Judah in West Africa. Never was there. It never was there. All right. I got too many historical sources to debunk all of that. And it was not called Judah. The people keep telling you, no, we are not called Judah. It was Gui Hu. It was the Portuguese that named it that. It was the Portuguese that called it that. That's what they called it. Go anybody. There's a great book. It's called The Portuguese in West Africa. A historic telling of the history from 1412 to 18, I think it was 1817, with nothing but primary sources in that book. All right. They don't know nothing about no Judaism. Excuse me, no Israelites. All right. Because when I ask you for some cultural context, such as their texts, you don't even find a Bible over there. You don't find a Hebrew scroll over there. You don't find any of that over there. All right. You find out that these people worship things like Legba, Mami Wata, Ogun, Oshun, Iyame. It's not Yahweh. It's Iyame. All right. Kumbaya. It was not Kumbaya. All right. It's Kumbaya. That's how you pronounce it. It's two different things. All right. And like I said, these false inferences being given to a people. It's almost revisionist in history. It's almost revisionist. And in what you're doing submersively is you're saying the only way I accept this is if they're Shemitic. Okay. Well, how do Bantu people become Shemites? They predate that shit. They predate it.
Yes.
Get over it. But anyway, guys, I've gotten a little excited here. So I don't think Joseph Williams or Rudolph Windsor had the scholarship to really understand what was going on when they saw Jews there. Rudolph Windsor, in fact, when he wrote his book, he just put two and two together and said, "Oh, in 70 A.D. they ran out of Egypt. Out of Jerusalem, and they fled into Africa. They poured into Africa." But Josephus never states that. As a matter of fact, if they ran, they're saying, "Oh, why they didn't run up towards the Romans? They would run towards Africa, where they always mixed with the people at." Wrong, because the Romans occupied all of Egypt at the same time. So that makes no sense at all. They actually fled into a place called Pella, which was a stronghold for them because they were always fighting against the Romans and their tyranny that they brought across that entire region of the world. Do some history.
Chronology.
I can go on and on about this. Chronology is very important. Not your circular reasoning, not your false inferences. And somebody's driving past here with a Bentley, like, my goodness. Not your false inferences, and not your ad hominems and ad hoc attacks in your echo chambers. No one cares about that. Deal with me scholastically, and I'll just continue to bust your ass.
They don't like us.
So easy.
Oh my goodness.
Abraham
Gideon
comes from the story of Brahma. Deal with it. Go ahead.
Gideon came on the other day, so apparently it's no hard feeling because I remember he said that I hate God, and I forgot the question I asked him. Then he bounced, he disappeared, but it's all good. It is what it is.
Well, you know what? That's another thing I always wonder about is like guys be hollering out, "I want to debate you. I want to debate you. I'm going to show you Jews was in West Africa." I know Jews were in West Africa. Why are you looking for Jews? You have to show me Israelites. You have to show me people calling themselves the 12 tribes of Israel. And the cultural context is important. And what group of people are you saying are Israelites? And when I say what group, you just can't say West Africans. You have to show me the tribe. If you're telling the truth should just stand on its own. Why are you hiding the certain group of people? Oh, it's because I want to come in and I want to ambush him when I debate him. I'm not going to tell him what people are which because I don't want him to formally put together an argument on me. So you really don't want to debate. You want to hold on to a lot of to a lot of assumptions in history. You understand what I'm saying? And most people don't understand how to apply the historical method to anything, or they don't understand anthropological study. They really don't. They've never really done it. Ask Asar Imhotep.
Allah is an indigenous African god.
As Allah is an indigenous African god. My God, really?
Well,
Where?
American Dream is back. Do you want to, at least let us see your face and
If you don't show
let's
your
just
face, man, we
sustain.
can't talk to you because you could be a troll
Yes.
for all we care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't. I
It's
don't really.
fair.
I don't think it's a troll, but just really, and it's so difficult with our people. I mean, what do they have to hide? Like, I can understand some people, maybe shy or whatever, but but it is what it is. It is what it is. And apparently, Sanetta, I haven't checked the videos for a long time, but I've been noticing that he's been telling people, put the camera on, put the webcam on. You know what I'm saying? So, American Dream, feel free, to let us see your face, and if you have some things to hide or whatever, for whatever reason you don't want to show your face, then it's fine. You can participate in the chat. You know what I'm saying? But Brother Chris, just if you can just hang with us. I want to go through some of the comments there. So what do we have here? I don't know
Yeah,
if you
it's 6:20.
read this one. I wonder what Chief X excuse will be for not showing up. The doors are sent in your email. Okay. You're talking about the Nubian archers. Um, um, okay. Jafar wrote, I'll give it to Chief. He has Ankh Smash on the run. I don't know about that. I really don't know about that.
Yeah.
I really don't know about that. Now, Siddiq wrote, all Chief X wants to do is build his YouTube page being controversial. He didn't show up for the debate with Antu. Now, for the record here, that was not supposed to be a debate. I never said will be. It will be just a discussion. Before you debate, you need to know what you're going to debate about. You know what I'm saying? But, hey. So, Imhotep 360 wrote, continue to do the good work, Shaka. As a student of Ra'un Nefer Amen, you are one of the few that I watch. Great work as usual. And, brothers and sisters, I really don't mind if you want to make a financial contribution or donation, either super chat or PayPal or Cash App. I really don't mind. If you want to do that, I will not be offended. I'm just saying. So now Anusha wrote, it's only 18 p.m. his time. I thought I heard something about 4 p.m., but maybe I misheard. I think you misheard, sister. But I did mention 5 p.m. New York time, which is 2 p.m. LA time. Alan Gillian Jr. wrote he needs to define what a Caucasian is. Also, what of Ta Seti and the rebels of Ta Shemau, Upper Egypt, how were they depicted in TT 192? So TT stands for Theban tomb. Um, he's in way over his head. Okay. Imhotep 360 wrote, now American Dream is still there on the back chat, but uh, okay, he's gone
He'll
now.
be waiting. I need to know. Yeah, I need to know who I'm talking to. I mean, because
Yeah, but
all I'm concerned, you could be
he's
a
just
white
gone.
boy up here with a
Yeah,
black face.
after I said that, he bounced. So Imhotep 360 wrote,
Yeah.
Chief X is busy trying to prove that you're an habitual liar. He hasn't found it yet. Well, maybe he was looking for me lying, and he realized, oh. Now Six Finger wrote he messed up the time. Who messed up the time? Amun wrote, so that's tonight. Yes, tonight. Yes, today is Wednesday. Yes, indeed. Darius wrote 2:30 LA time now, but that message was written a while ago. You have James Powell in the place to be. I hope you're doing well, Elder. Siddiq wrote, Chris is 100% on that. I was watching the same live. And Nyame Ubuntu wrote, where's Chief X? I'm sorry, where's Chief Troll X? Oh, Thickness, how you doing? Sister MCT. Been a long time. James Powell wrote, Chris is probably right, Shaka. Six Figure wrote Two Fish. I don't know what it's all about. American Dream wrote Chief X didn't show up. No, he didn't show up. He's still there. And Due Diligence
I
wrote
didn't
that
think he would.
Sub-Saharan-ish is BS. American Dream wrote, what did I say on the show? Uh, were you listening, Chris? Due Diligence wrote, I
Yes, I
don't
was
think
listening.
they're. You have your answer.
I was
I
listening.
don't think they're being malicious with it. Obviously, some of the comments are about things that we address. So, Chris, I said what I meant on the show. What don't you understand? I don't know what
It's
that
nothing to
means. Why?
understand. You said us
Yeah.
calling ourselves Africans are inherently because of slavery. We call ourselves Africans because of slavery. That's what you said. And you was actually
Mm,
making a mockery of slavery. And when you do those type of things, you actually make a mockery of our Holocaust. I'm going to continue to
mm,
stand on what I said. And until you show your face, I'm not going to have anything to say to you. No, thank you.
mm.
Show your face.
You're
And
you're
then I
welcome,
will go
America.
grab the clip from Dr. Maat's channel. I will go grab the clip from Dr. Maat's channel and play it to everybody. How you
Mm,
continuously move the goalpost every time she honed in on something. You guys say so much and then expect for everybody to follow your argument. You guys say so much all the time. And when I
mm.
notice something, if you can't prove something in a short amount of time, maybe you shouldn't be saying it or teaching it anyway. You are African.
That sounds like a good advice to me. Now, American Dream, you are welcome, and anybody else is welcome to join the panel as long as you don't mind showing your face. Now, we have Nubian Numero, Hotep Senate. I hope you're doing well. Oh, everything's good, sister. Same old thing, you know what I'm saying? Now, um okay, I think due diligence is kind of having a conversation with American Dream, so I'm skipping a few messages, and we have proof evidence who wrote Chief X got them pseudo killers dudes on the Mediterranean garbage. Rhonda James wrote the same way that a man cannot tell what an afro looks like. JJ 7000 wrote was good. Shaka and Chief X, are we going? Are we doing a Garfield roast? I don't really. I'm not really doing a Garfield roast. I mean, the guy claimed that he has a bachelor's degree in history, and we have yet to see it. So most likely he's lying. But Chief X is not there. He was invited. I sent in the email, and everybody's there. Everybody knows. But um, he will probably give an excuse, or he might just not give an excuse. And I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Um, Due diligence is asking, has he ever shown his face? That's a good point. James Power in the place to be wrote, Chris is right, he won't, he never has. And we have Pan African James who wrote, I wonder why you would even give that idiot the time of the day. I'm okay to dialogue with nearly everybody. There might be one or two persons that I wouldn't want to talk to, but it's good to have
Yeah,
a
brother
dialogue.
Shaka, but in my opinion, yeah, it's great to have that. But my opinion is this is what I
Mm,
think about him.
mm.
And
Brother,
once you
please,
start to
please,
develop,
please, yeah, please come again because it was breaking up.
this is what his peers or his peer group is saying about him. They don't believe him. In other words, this is what they're saying about him. That's the underpinning of the comments that you're hearing. Hey man, just show your face. Sometimes people want to see who it is they're talking to. You could be an agent, you could be anybody that just want to say something to separate us as people further along and push your agendas in the community. What's up, Dion? Delon, I said Dion. My bad, Delon. My bad, King. You know what I'm saying? I'm
It's a
sorry, guys. I'm
poss.
at the store here.
Oh, no problem. But it's a possibility that some people will just pretend to be black and just cause confusion, and they just have a username. We have never seen them. We don't know who they are, so we have to watch out for that. You know what I'm saying? And so brothers and sisters, don't you feel like making a little donation to your brother? After 18 years of loyal services, when when I have a look on the other channels. I see the super chats, raining down, and they teach you that Africans are living a jungle life and black means death. And, but hey, you know, I don't want to be too pushy about it, but I think, it wouldn't hurt. Well, brothers and sisters, um, feel free if somebody wants to get on the panel and say a little something before I put put an end to this live stream because it's been over an hour, and obviously, well, it's going to be 1 hour and a half in 2 minutes. It's clear that Chief X will be a no show. Usually you don't just show up an hour and a half after the appointment. So it's just a matter of public record, and I'm not mad. I'm not surprised, to be honest, but it is what it is. It is what it is. It's nothing for me to brag about. If people want to have a discussion with me, I don't usually try to embarrass people. Now, if somebody really disrespects me, I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna get back at you. But I'm down for the dialogue. Some of you might have heard me addressing some people and using nicknames, but it's because they've been really disrespectful. That's why. Look at the whole body. If you look at most of the videos, I really deal with the scholarship on the usual, but on a regular basis. Now, okay, due diligence had some word for American Dream, but I'm not gonna presume. He doesn't want to show his face, and that's it. It is what it is. It is what it is.
It's just that it's just weird that these guys who never show their face, they always have so much to say negative about Africa. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm,
no, dude, I'm good with you, man. It's no need. There's no need for me to talk to you.
mm,
You know what I'm saying? Like I said, once he stated what he stated, I mean, conversation is over. You know what I'm
mm,
saying? Just, hey, I tell you what, do a rebuttal, explain to everybody what you meant by what you said on your channel. Post it. I'll listen to it, and I'll eat some Lifesavers gummies and laugh about it later.
mm.
Because I mean, gentlemen like you guys come across and you say this weirdo stuff, this weirdo shit, and then you expect everybody to have a conversation with you so you can continuously push your agenda. Nah,
Mm,
man, I'm good. Nothing needs to be said.
mm. And
You're just trying to push an agenda, dude.
yeah. Oh, we have Radio One in the place to be. And with
My
greetings
man,
to you, Radio One. How
Pharaoh
you doing, brother?
Mizraim in the building. Pharaoh Mizraim in the building.
Yeah.
Feel
Peace,
free to
brother.
speak,
Peace.
brother. Radio One. Yes.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Loud and clear, brother.
All right, peace. Yeah, yes, peace, brother Shaka. Yeah, peace, brother Chris. Yeah, long time no see.
Long
Yeah,
time, no long time.
yeah. Good to see you, brother.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I see Chief X cowered out. Yeah, he's a no show. Yeah. See now now that goes to show that he's comfortable on his own channel talking all that nonsense. But when he gets caught, when he gets a challenge, he cowers out. Yeah, because I saw that I saw the video when Chris showed that. I think he cowered out 2 times from a debate with Chris. Yeah, could be 3 times. I don't know, but yeah. And I was going to do a video or a live stream, debunking his Black Egypt debunk video, but I decided like no, because I don't want to give this guy any shine, I mean, because he's a joke, and I watched that video, and all through that video he just constantly contradicts himself. He showed these DNA studies, okay, these fake DNA studies, and the DNA study, the DNA study is saying Eurasian, but at the same time, while the DNA study is saying Eurasian, he's saying indigenous. He's like, yeah, look at that. And while the DNA study is saying that they came from Eurasia, he's saying, yeah, look at that, indigenous Africans, indigenous. So I'm like,
Yeah, they're telling you, and these. That's why I say. I said they don't know what they're reading. Garfield does it all the time too. They read it, and then they start reading into their own. They start reading these articles and start pasting their own agendas into the article. I'm like, what are you doing? Like nobody can see what they're doing, So yeah.
Yeah, man, and and I was hoping that he come on, and people get a chance to, question him, but we see he's a coward, and and Just like I always been saying, he's a coward, he's a clown. You can't take him seriously, you know. But he because he don't. I mean, because it seems to me that he don't even believe what he believe in. You know, it's like, you know, because you're trying to say that they're indigenous, and at the same time you're trying to say that they're Caucasian or Eurasian. Makes no sense. That's why we wanted you to come on here and explain yourself, okay? And I don't know if Chief X don't know how history works, but coming on here showing a modern day DNA study, okay, talking about a 3,000-year-old people, no, that's not how history works. That's not how real history works, okay? If you're saying that the Egyptians were Caucasian, we want to know who these race of Caucasians were that came into Egypt before the first dynasty. Okay, we have.
Well, he can only steer you to the 27th dynasty. That's it. I think the 28th dynasty. Excuse me. He can only steer you there. That's it.
Yeah, and that's way after. You know. Yeah. So I mean, because like we because you can't do that. You can't just sit up there and just say something and you know and dishonor history like that. Okay, because we have written records of the sea people coming into Egypt. Okay, we have written records of the Hyksos invading Egypt. Okay, we have written records. Also, we have written records of the Assyrians coming into Egypt. We have written records that says the ancestors of the Carthaginians were Phoenicians who came from Phoenicia. Okay, but what we don't have, and what I want to see is a written record of these Caucasians coming into Egypt and becoming the founders of Egypt. That's what I want to see, and you know, and he has to demonstrate that, you know. But I don't think he can, and that's, you know, and that goes, and that's why he didn't show up, you know. Yeah, he's a, you know, I mean, you have to answer these questions. You know, you can't sit up there and he sit up there and says that Egypt is a multiracial society. Come on here and demonstrate that, prove that. Because if you're saying that Egyptians are all these mixed races, or the Egyptians they are the Asiatics, you know, they're the Tamahu, you know, you're pretty much you're taking the real Egyptians out of the picture. And you have to, you know, because if you're saying that, you know, say for instance on that Book of Gates, Races of Mankind, you're saying that the Tamahu and the Asiatic or the Amu are also the Egyptians. How you gonna explain that when the Egyptians are right there? They're showing you who they are, but you're saying that they're a mixed, multiracial society. You know, I mean, we can't confuse mixed races in Egypt, okay, being in Egypt, but we can't confuse that with Egyptians being multiracial. Now, if you're saying that, okay, the Asiatics, the Tamahu, the Nubians, and all these people were in Egypt, okay, I know what you're talking about. But if you're saying that the Egyptians are not the Egyptians and they're just this mixed race of people, no, I don't know what you're talking about, because that makes no sense. So, you know, I'm just saying he has some serious explaining to do. And I know that he associates with this, you know, with this the one I call the faceless fraud, okay, the faceless fraud of 7 Phoenician 7, who I challenge her, he, or it, you know, I don't know what it is, but I challenge it or her to a debate, you know, and she's saying, well, we can have a debate, but the debate has to be where she can't talk and she can't show her face. And I'm like, how are we gonna have a debate?
Keyboard debate.
Man, yeah, and I'm
so basically, you're gonna have to read what she types and then make your point. Like, Come
Yeah,
on
man.
now.
So pretty much like okay, okay, just say you can't have a debate, you know.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
better. That's easier.
yeah, yeah, but yeah, man. I mean, yeah. So yeah, this is a victory for you, Shaka. Yeah, because yeah, because he didn't show. So yeah. So Chief X, you take a L, you take a zero. Yeah. So yeah. And we should start putting pressure on these guys, man, to really prove what they're talking about, man. Like even if you're a Hebrew Israelite, if you want to say you're a Hebrew Israelite, show me from the Hebrew text that you are a Hebrew Israelite. Don't show me some 11th century, 10th century, English, written in English or Arabic source trying to prove that you are a biblical Hebrew Israelite. Okay.
And
Yeah.
I'm sorry, ready one. Just hold on one moment. Um, uh, Jeremiah Judah 7,000. Uh, I I replied to a comment you left on my video, and I told you, brother, I thought you were gonna show me black Hittites because you mentioned someone who talked about some black Hittites. So, but I'm used to that. I'm used to people making claims, and then when it's time to substantiate, we don't hear about them no more. So I don't blame you. I'm not mad at you, but I'm just saying for the record. But keep going, brother. Radio on.
Yes, yes. And yeah, I mean these guys, it's clear to me, these guys, and I'm getting the feeling that they know that the ancient Egyptians were black, but but and they really don't believe their own false teachings. That's why, and you have to show what you stand on. You gotta your claim got to be solid. You can't just sit up here and contradict yourself all day. You can't have it both ways. You can't sit up here and say that the Egyptians were dark skinned, they were indigenous, and say at the same time they were Caucasians and it came from Eurasia. You gotta. It's not. It's not gonna work. Especially when you're dealing with intelligent people. Who stand on truth. You're gonna have to drop something. You're gonna have to give something up. Okay, it's either they were not black, they were not indigenous, and they came and they were Caucasians from Eurasia, and you're gonna have to show and prove that. Okay, not just with DNA, but with history as well, and with archaeology. Because you have to demonstrate. Your multiple methods to prove your point, and so it's either they were foreigners, Caucasian foreigners, or they were indigenous Africans. They can't be both at the same time. You
And
know,
what's important? Sorry to interrupt you, brother. What's important for what you're saying, and what also Chris Harris has mentioned as well, the DNA test. If it's concentrated in the North Delta region, the Hyksos had their capital in the Delta. In Avaris in the Delta. So it's important to know the date. If it's the like 400 BC, that's what we call the late period, which is the era of the Ptolemies, the Macedonian Alexander the Great, and basically the Greeks. So in South Africa, there's a town known as Orania, if I'm not mistaken, and it's a white-only town. So if people further down the line decide to do some DNA testing with some remains that they have found, and they go only in that town, and they're gonna say, well, South Africa was populated with by black people. Who would accept that? You see. So
yeah,
chronology is important. So yeah, I want people to understand that. But obviously, if you're not familiar with the history, not the deep and thorough history, but uh, you have indeed the Hyksos who kind of ruled um, some part of Egypt, not all of it, but a good part of it. And they were, they had their capital in once again in the Delta region, and they were expelled. They fled to like partly towards the Canaan. And around 600 BC, then the Assyrians invaded, and after that, it was no longer ruled by indigenous Africans. So after the Assyrians, around 600 BC, you have the Greeks around 400 BC, and then, if I'm not mistaken, around 50 BC, you had the Romans, and of course, in the 7th century, we had the Arabs, the Arab or Muslims. So if I did, and the Hyksos, I would say, I'm hesitant to say between 1700 BC to 1500 BC, but somewhere around the line,
Yeah.
and they ruled for like 100 to 150 years, so something like that. So, yeah, just to give a very basic chronology in terms of the population that used to live and rule there. But Chris has left. Well, brother Radio One, I'm gonna wrap it up because it's about quarter to 1 a.m. and I have to work tomorrow morning. I do
Yeah,
the nine
yeah,
to
yeah.
five, so I'm gonna let you make your closing remarks, brother Radio One.
Yes, yes. Yeah, I just want to say, that's why it is important to, expose these liars, and protect, the value of history, because these guys, man, they're trying to destroy real history. Like they're trying to discredit, and they're just making up stuff. You got some people out there, they don't want to believe that the Arab invasion happened. They don't want to believe Egypt was invaded. They don't want to believe that the Egyptians were black, regardless of what the evidence say. When we clearly see that the historical records and the ancient art tombs clearly show that the Egyptians were black and Egypt was invaded by foreigners. Because if you're going to say that the Arab invasion didn't happen, then you're going to have to explain why the main language in Egypt is Arabic. You know, why everybody in Egypt and all of North Africa speaking Arabic. you know,
Mhm.
I mean, these guys, man. These guys, man. They're sad, man. They have no integrity. They're the lowest of low. They're pitiful and pathetic, man. Stop making up your own pseudo history. Stick to the ancient records. Honor what the ancients said, and let the truth prevail. Simple as that. Because we know the history, we do our research, and that's why when we hear what you say, we know you're lying. Okay, and we're going to call you out for it. But yeah, I don't want to be that long, brother. Yeah, but yeah, brother Shaka, yeah, this is a victory for you. Okay, yeah, this is your easy victory for you. So yeah, so Chief X, if you want to come in the future, hey, so be it. But now, Chief
Oh, wait,
X,
wait, hold on. Stay with us, Radio One. We have JJ 7000. Well, yeah. Hey, greetings, brother. How you doing? Oh, well, I guess he got disconnected. Okay. Well, thank you, brother Radio One, for your closing
yeah,
remarks.
yes,
And
and yeah. Also,
go
I
ahead,
want to
brother.
say, JJ 7000, you're not an Israelite.
I bet he disagrees.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
So yeah,
All
thanks
right.
a lot, brother Radio One.
Yes,
But
brother.
brothers,
Yes.
yeah, thank you. So okay, oh well, hold on, Radio One. Brother is back. JJ 7000, feel free to speak, brother. I think it's having connection issues because the screen is kind of frozen. Oh, you don't hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear, brother. Feel free to speak,
Oh,
brother.
shalom, Aki, Hotep, Islam, or whatever y'all say for peaceful breeding. How you doing,
Yeah,
Shaka?
peace. I'm doing
All
well,
right,
and you?
all right. You know, I
Whoa.
So it's frozen. I don't know if you can hear us, brother JJ. It was frozen, but now we can see you. So feel free, brother.
said, is we roasting Garfield today? Is that what we doing?
No. Chief X was supposed to come, but he didn't come. But I mean,
Right.
Batty Garfield is not. It's to me, it's lame. I don't have nothing personal against him, but it's just really lame. But brother, what about the Black Hittites?
Yeah. That's why I come to talk to you about that. I talked. Hey, Bree, how was school today? All right. Good. Uh, yeah. I talked to the brother. So when are you free? When are you free? Are you free sometime this weekend?
Usually, I try to live stream on the weekend. So I never really plan if it's going to be Saturday or Sunday. I might do both, but I don't really want to, like today I planned and nobody was there. So if the guy subscribes, and whenever I'm live streaming, he can hop in. But he did not give you the information about the Black Hittites.
Oh no, he can explain it better than me.
Oh, okay.
I got some. He had some stuff that was on the walls, and then remember I told you about the people in Turkey. Remember I told you how they started practicing the Hittite religion and things of that nature, and they start taking pictures with their religious garb on. I mean, they've been whitewashing our history for a long time, man. We know this. But let me ask you this. Now,
Yeah.
the people in Egypt, I can't think of that. Is it Berbians? Berbians? You got Berbians, you got Nubians, and there's other tribes that's in Egypt. What tribe do you guys actually, would identify with more? Would it be like the Nubians?
Well, I don't think people identify with a particular tribe. Nubians, that's a term described for the people, in the area that we call Sudan today, even though part of Nubia is around Aswan, uh, and Aswan is in Egypt. Now, the other one you mentioned, I'm not familiar with. You said what? I think you're muted now. Yeah, we don't hear the sound though.
Oh, I'm
We see
sorry, my
you.
fault.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Is it Berbians? Berbians? Have you ever
Oh,
heard of that?
I don't know, but I heard about Barbarian culture.
Barbarians.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay?
yeah,
Now
yeah.
that's a
Yeah,
tribe of
yeah.
people, right? Now, do they look more like Arabs or do they look like like us?
Well, Barbarian, I think it's a culture, but it might be some people too. I'm gonna have a quick look. Barbarian.
Look up tribes of Egypt, ancient tribes of Egypt. And when I
Yeah,
looked
yeah,
it up, the Nubians came up, and that one.
but Barbarian culture is like uh circa 5,000 BC, between 5,000 and 4,000 BC. So that's like pre-dynastic period. But
Okay.
how did it look like? I don't think we have depictions for that time period. It's like the Scorpion Kings, the pre-dynastic kings. We have their names.
Right.
We might have for some of them we might have some depictions, but I don't think we can clearly see the phenotype. So I'm not really able to answer. I will presume there will be Black African as well.
Yeah, if
Uh,
they pre-dynastic, I would assume that too.
Yeah, I would assume. I cannot say for sure because but
Right.
however, for the dynastic period, in my video, Black Ancient Egyptian, uh, and Black Ancient Egyptian Part 2, I've shared the links in the chat. We can clearly see what they look like.
Right.
Mm.
Okay.
But
I just got out work, man, so I got to get cleaned up, man.
I
But
understand.
I thought we was roasting Garfield, so I was gonna come on in and help.
If
Yeah.
you, if you
Hey,
well,
you and Chief Keef, man, y'all be having us rolling over here, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. That shit, and even Chris Harris when he went in on that shit, funny as hell.
yeah. But if you want to roast Garfield, I don't mind. Feel free.
Nah, but hey, y'all doing a good job, man.
Okay.
Hey, I heated him up yesterday. I showed your video, and then I showed Chris going in on him. Even though me and Chris bump heads, if it's funny, it's funny. I don't give a damn. But hey, I like your channel, man, and I'll make sure I bring that brother over here, man, so we can talk about them Black Hittites.
Yeah, indeed. Oh, you know what you can do if you want? You can ask him to send you those depictions, those paintings or sculpture, and then you can share them with us. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I really doubt that we had any such thing as Black Hittites. I really doubt
I
that.
don't know, man. Yehuda's a cold scholar, man. I don't know if you heard of him.
Did you see the depictions? Did you see them?
Yeah, I seen them for myself.
And they look black to you?
Yeah. I wish I could share it right now because I actually have them in my phone, but
On the phone, it's going to be a bit
Yeah, I
difficult.
know.
But,
Yeah.
But anytime.
Yeah, we'll set something up, Shaka.
Yeah.
All right, brother. Hey,
Okay,
you ain't got no ponytail like the other Shaka, so I like you.
But
You know what I'm saying?
what's wrong? What's wrong with the ponytail?
Oh, come on, man. I gotta get up out of here on that one.
No,
man.
but I'm just asking. What's wrong with it?
Well, I mean, it's supposed to be the lock is supposed to be for the youth. Unless
That's what people say.
right.
We have a lot. Typically, you will see it more with the youth, and I think it will be the like the princes, like youth from royalty or nobles. But we have adults who had a lock of hair. You know what I'm saying? So
okay.
yeah, it's not exclusively for the youth. Jewish people, Orthodox Jews, they have this thing here, and I don't know the name.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, but
hey,
that's their thing.
You know what? I can't grow no hair at the top, but I could probably work that. I probably could do that one. You know what I'm saying? On the sides and shit.
Yeah, so nobody's telling them that it's like strange or weird or they do that, they do their thing. So if Shaka almost wants to represent like that, I don't see anything wrong with that. You know what I'm saying?
He cut it off, man.
He knows putting dots on their head, some red, some white. It might seem strange for some, but that's their thing, that's their culture.
Yeah, I see. Hey, it was nice speaking to you, brother, man. I enjoy your platform, man, and I hope you continue to grow. I see numbers going up in your chat and everything, so more power to you, man. JJ and the Lions didn't like to come over here and teach you a few things about these Hittites. How about that, brother? Hey, don't make me bring commission over here because I heard you call him pseudo the last time I was over here, man.
Well, I don't have anything against him personally, but him claiming that a hieroglyphic symbol of the R means Allah, that is extremely pseudo, indeed.
He's more qualified to speak on that than me, though. So,
well, he's welcome anytime. He's welcome anytime.
Okay, yeah, I get him over here, man. All right, peace and blessings, man. Shalom,
peace and blessings, brother. Okay, all right. Okay, well, I'm really gonna close this out because it's 5 minutes to 1 a.m. So basically, the stream at this point is 1 hour 56 minutes. So in total, it will be 2 hours, and Chief X was a no show. So it is clear that he wasn't there. So brothers and sisters, thank you very much for being there, and forgive me, brothers and sisters. I'm not going to go through the rest of the comments, but remember, for those who are interested in taking Medu Nature classes, then I'm being giving classes, and you have the email address in the description of the video. And I really don't mind if you want to make a donation. Once again, you can use a super chat, super sticker. Even after the live stream, you have that option, that thanks option. And you have the paypal.me/myadforever. You have the Cash App, $myadforever. And make sure that you subscribe, that you like the video, and that's about it. And also, leave a comment after the videos I've uploaded. It helps with the algorithm, But thank you for being there, So stay safe, stay healthy.
Peace, brother. Hotel,
peace, brother. Radio One. Hotel, brother. Stay safe, stay healthy. And if I'm allowed to by the Necheru, I will definitely holler back at you. If you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. Do a Necheru. Hotel. Now, for the record, for those who don't know, I'm giving Medu Nature classes. And here, that's the flyer. Okay? So, those who are interested, feel free to holler at me. If you're not interested, it's cool. But I recommend that everybody who has not yet seen the video, Kemet and Ma'at, Before Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, then watch it. It has about 300,000 views and really deserves to have a lot more.
I just want to let everyone know who's listening in now and who's going to listen to this stream in the future. I just had my first Meta Nature class by Brother Shaka today, and I've had other Meta Nature lessons by other teachers, and I can tell you right now, the brother is the best in the game. He is that was one of the best classes I've ever had, ever. So if you're interested in learning the Meta Nature, if you're interested in getting the basics of it, Brother Shaka is an awesome teacher. Get with him, and it's extremely affordable. This brother is giving us his time and his skills, and he's basically giving it away. I mean, I just consider it a donation. You know what I'm saying? So if anybody's interested in learning the Meta Nature, get with this brother right here. He's an awesome, awesome, awesome teacher. And I'll end with that.
Hotep Senu, Hena Senut. This is Julie, also known as Servant of Yah, and I'm currently taking the Medu Neture classes with Brother Shaka, and it has been an amazing experience. Only 2 lessons so far, and I feel like I've been taking the classes for months, just with the how in depth he goes into the vocabulary words, the construction of the language, the grammar. It's been immeasurable, the experience. And one thing that comes across, hands down, is his extreme passion for teaching this to anyone who is willing to learn and has an interest in learning. So I highly suggest, if you are interested, even a minimal interest, that you subscribe to the classes with Brother Shaka. It's such a nominal amount for how much you get. I know, like, our last class was over 2.5 hours. It felt like 2 minutes, but because that's how, involved you are in what he's teaching and how he teaches and how compassionate he is about what he teaches. Also with sharing materials free of charge, no question, no doubt. It's just what he does. He doesn't have to, but he does. And so I just wanted to give a short testimonial about the class and the effectiveness of the class. And all of that is attested to how studied Brother Shaka is. So I highly recommend anyone with a minimal interest that you do sign up for the Medu Neture class. Hotep.
Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, which is Ma'at Forever. Don't forget to watch the video entitled Kemet and Ma'at. Don't forget to share Kemet and Ma'at on my channel on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, or other social media that you use. Email, text messages, you name it. Those who wish to donate can do so on paypal.me/ma'atforever.